Most LLM assistants make up answers about frameworks like LangChain or LangGraph. In this demo, I'll show you how my LangGraph Dev Navigator MCP server answers questions only from official docs, with real citations instead of hallucinations. The web page link we'll put in video description. Let's ask a real developer question. In the official LangChain, LangGraph, or LangSmith docs, what techniques are recommended to reduce latency for agent and multi-agent workflows? Things like parallel tool calls, batching, and performance tuning. Instead of answering from the model's memory, the assistant routes this question to the crawl4AI RAG MCP server. It first lists all available sources, then runs RAG searches across LangChain, LangGraph, and LangSmith docs. You can see it trying several queries for parallel tool calls and batching. When the docs don't explicitly mention something, the MCP records that as a real negative result instead of inventing an answer. When high-level docs are vague, the MCP switches tools. It searches code examples and evaluation guides instead. Here it finds how agents are actually invoked in code, and pulls concrete knobs like max_concurrency, evaluate versus evaluate, the LangSmith_test_cache for caching API calls, repetitions, rate limiting, and batch ingest configuration from the LangSmith self-hosting docs. From there, the assistant composes a doc-rounded answer. It highlights 4 practical latency techniques that are explicitly documented. Concurrency control with max_concurrency in evaluate and evaluate. Caching via LangSmith_test_cache to speed up repeated runs. Asynchronous execution using evaluate and async patterns. Efficient multi-agent handoffs using LangGraph Command objects with goto and update. Each point is backed by a specific file path and quote from the official docs, so you can verify every claim. And just as important, when the docs don't contain something, the assistant says so clearly. For example, it notes that there's no detailed guide yet on parallel tool calling in the index docs, instead of fabricating one. This is what LangGraph Dev Navigator gives you. An MCP server that turns the LangChain and LangGraph documentation into an executable, citation-backed assistant for real developer questions and coding tasks. We continuously track upstream doc changes and serve answers that match the LangChain or LangGraph version you actually have installed. Like what you see. Join the waitlist to get early access to LangGraph Dev Navigator and help shape the first doc-rounded MCP server for the LangChain ecosystem.